What are carbohydrates? What are sugars? It's Stefan Ramsey here as SXT Fit. Today we're going to go through what are carbohydrates. I bet you've heard of carbs, sugars, maybe even saccharides and fiber. Well, today we're going to go through exactly what they mean in the best way possible. Carbohydrates is the umbrella term for simple and complex sugars. So think of it as a king, and beneath them are the nobles and princes. Simple carbohydrates are things such as sucrose, which is table sugar, and fructose, which is in fruits. They're absorbed much easier than complex carbohydrates. Complex carbs are things such as starch, which are in vegetables, and glycogen, which is in human and animal muscles. The difference between the two is very simple. Simple sugars are made up of one or two molecules, whereas complex carbs are made up of long chains of simple sugars put together. Kind of like a short necklace with one or two links versus a really long necklace with hundreds of links. How does this make a difference to me or you? Well, let's just say you drink a bottle of lemonade. It's made up of simple sugars such as sucrose, table sugar, and fructose. Because these are simple carbohydrates, they'll raise your blood sugar levels really rapidly and provide what we call empty calories, meaning they have barely any nutrients but heaps of energy. And if we don't burn this energy off, it's going to be stored as fat. Let's look at complex carbohydrates such as starch in potatoes. What does starch mean? Well, starch just means sugar in plants. So vegetables, just like us, they also store energy. And one of the ways they store it is they store it in their cells as starch. And we think of starch almost like sugar in a suitcase with a lock on it. Okay, we can still get the sugar, we just have to remember the passcode, we have to lift the suitcase off the shelf. It's a bit harder to get to. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say we eat cold potatoes. Our body can't actually access the starch because it's crystallized into what we call retrograde starch. Because it's cold, it's crystallized, our body can't access it. So if we eat cold potatoes, we're not going to get the same amount of sugar or energy from it that if we did warm potatoes. And this is an example of the difference between complex and simple carbohydrates. Okay, so these are really good things to think of, is that if you have cold pasta or cold rice or cold potatoes, you're not actually going to be getting as many sugars, as many carbohydrates as you want, which you could say is good if you're trying to lose weight. What you will be getting is more fiber. Okay, because our body can't access it, instead of it being sugar, it's more so a fiber where our body can't break it down and it helps with our bowel movements, etc. So that's an example of the difference between complex and simple carbohydrates. So what I try and do is I try and focus more on those complex carbs in vegetables, rice, oats, etc., rather than in soft drinks or fruit concentrated drinks with heaps of added sugar. Added sugar just means, let's just say we grab an apple and we blend it. Okay, it's apple juice, but we're going to add literal spoons of sugar. We're adding sugar. So we went through carbs as an umbrella term, simple and complex carbs, what it means for us in terms of energy consumption. If you have any comments, please go below, type it in, let me know. Too fast, too slow, not enough, yes, too much, whatever it is, I want to know your feedback. Make sure you don't forget to like the video, click subscribe, click that subscribe button down below, share it if you want. And thanks for watching SXT Fit. We've got videos here every Sunday at 8 p.m. Because of the lockdown, we may step it up as well. We'll see how we go in the future. Peace.